So today we are covering 3.2 and 3.3. It's the same thing as 3.1. We're just doing reflections, rotations, and translations on a grid. So your last set of notes was reflection on a grid. Now we're going to do translation on a grid and rotation on a grid. Okay. Go ahead and copy this down. Again, we'll talk about our page numbers in class to make sure we're all on the same page. This should be done by Monday the 13th. Alrighty, so 3.2, sliding on the grid, coordinate rules for translation. What kind of coordinate rules, X, Y, tell you how to move any point to its image under translation? So we have mug 1 here, and we're going to go to move to mug 2. So I'm taking this straight from your textbook. This is just your lab sheet that you guys should all have. Make sure you cut and glue this into your notebook. So it says that the diagram at the right shows 4 figures that look like mug 1 with a hat. You can slide and translate mug 1 to get 3 other mugs. So what coordinate rules would move mug 1 to the other position of the other mugs? So here's mug 1, and we're going to move it to mug 2. So they started labeling the points, and we're going to go finish labeling mug 1 for points A, B, C, D, E, and F. And then we're going to label the points for mug 2. Then we need to come up with a rule that looks like this. How does 1 become 2? We should see a connection between these two sections. Okay, so the first two for mug 1 and the first one for mug 2 are given to us. I'm gonna fill these out with you guys. I'll fill out a couple with you, and then I'll start typing them out. So A is -5, that's our X value. -5, -7. Then B is -1, -7. Point C is going to be -2, -4. So this one should be -2, comma, -4. Okay. And D is -2, comma, -3. Copy that. And then -3. And let's finish out this first row. E looks like -4, -3. F looks like it's going to be -4, -4. Okay, so we're going to start filling in mug 2, and then we'll come up with a rule from mug 1 to mug 2. We have to identify some patterns between these two. Okay, so I've typed out all the new points for B image, C image, D image, E image, and F image for mug 2. So let's look for some patterns between mug 1 and mug 2. Okay, so let's look at this first one. How does -5 become 3? How does -7 become -5? Well, there is no multiplication pattern I see here, but it does look, I could just say that this one is going to be a +8, and I could say that this one is going to be a +2. I increase this 8 spaces, I increase this one 2 spaces. Now let's see if that pattern holds up as we move along. This one to this one, yeah, -1 to +7 is going to be +8, and then here to here that looks like +2, and the same pattern +8, and then here to here +2. Okay, so I could say for every X value it increases 8, and for every Y value it increases 2. Okay, so let me get rid of those rules because it's really sloppy. So I'm gonna write this out here. I'm gonna say that question A says every, oops, that doesn't come out very pretty. Every X value increases 8. Every Y value increases 2. Now, there's another way to write this. This is kind of just using our English writing skills. So mathematically, because it says write a rule, so we're going to write a math rule for this. We're going to say for original X comma Y, the new one to mug 2 should be X increases by 8, so that's plus 8, comma, y increases by 2 every time. That's my rule. The new part is this section over here. Okay, the parts that change is the x increases 8 and the y increases 2. It started at the regular spots and then it changed. So all we're doing is we're sliding it along the x value 8 spaces. Okay, so across our x value 8 spaces. So the a went 8 spaces this way, and then it went 2 spaces up. It went 8 spaces to the right, positive 2 means it goes 2 spaces up. Okay. We're going to go ahead and fill out the rest of these two for mug 3 and mug 4, and we'll write the rules for each one of those. Okay. So let's double check our questions. It says write a rule showing the coordinate points on mug 2 to relate their image to mug 3. So I'm going to be writing a rule from 2 to 3. I'm going to guess my last one is going to say 3 to 4. So mug 3 to mug 4. Okay. So we're going to write rules for 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. So I'm going to fill this chart out, and we're going to write our rules. If you like, oh, that's really easy, go ahead and pause the video, work it out, do all the work, and then just use your the video to check your work, because this is fairly easy for you guys. It's not too difficult. Just see how your points move from its original to its image for the corresponding points. Okay, so I've created all these points here. I graphed them. So let me fix this line. I went to image mug 4 on accident, so I got to go from mug 2 to mug 3. Okay, so when I place my new points on here, again, I'm going to use my line from A to the next A. I'm going to use my X first because we always do X comma Y. So I went back 2 spaces, and then I went up a bunch, which looks like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I can look at this and say that I went back or left, left and right. I can say I went back 2 spaces, minus 2. I can say minus 2 here. So minus 2 and then plus 9. Plus 9. So that's my new rule. Okay, so for every x value, decreases 2, so my new one is x minus 2, and my y value goes up 9. Okay, so again, this value here is decrease, which is left. Increase for y means up. So I went left 2 and then up 9. Okay, I'll do this one more time with the new set of points for mug 3 to mug 4. Okay, I'm going to do one more set of lines. From A to the next A. I went back from 1 all the way to -8 and then down to 1. So I went back 9 spaces, so that's 8 spaces plus 1, so that's minus 9, and then I went down to minus 2. Okay, so that's my new rule. And my decrease in 9 going to the left 9 spaces, okay, that's this way to the left. So left went decrease 9, and then we went decrease 2, and that 9 and 2 can be seen right here. Minus 9 to the left, and then down 2 or minus 2 there. Fairly easy. I'll have a worksheet for you guys in class that we can work on and do some practice. What we're going to do really quickly is we're going to do rotation on the next video.